You remember Neopets, we all do, but is it still fun in 2025? After years away, I jumped back to Neopia to see if the magic was still there. Join me as I explore the surprisingly active community, uncover how much the game has changed and stayed the same, and reveal why this childhood classic is now seeing its biggest player numbers in a decade. This isn't your old Neopets, or is it? You're going to have to watch to find out. Of course, you remember the days when your biggest worry was keeping your digital pet fed, exploring mysterious lands, and trading rare items with friends online. For millions of us, Neopets was more than just a website, it was an entire childhood universe. Now I'm about to dive back into the world of Neopets to uncover how this classic game is not only still alive but thriving in many ways that you might not expect. Grab those nostalgia goggles and get ready to be surprised by what I've found. Now, we can probably all agree that community is one of the biggest factors in making sure that a game stays alive. But despite being 2 decades old, the Neopets community is far from extinct. You can see in game here that there's Neo boards and they're alive with activity. There's even people posting as of 30 seconds ago. There's multiple posts a day. There's fan art, heated debates about the latest side events as well. The moderation team has really stepped up in making the forums safer and more welcoming than ever. There's even forums purely for newcomers, and it's all united by a love for their pixelated pets. The real question, though, is Neopets still fun in 2025? You might wonder if the magic has faded, but logging in does really feel like stepping into a time capsule. Now, if you played this back in the day, you'd recognize some of these games, but now look at this library, there's so many more. I'm going to give you a little bit of an example of how some of them are, and they're actually quite challenging. There's some that you definitely need to start to learn the mechanics of to play properly, and some that you will just breeze through as well, so it means that there's a good range for people of every skill level. When I first logged in today, I was surprised and nearly overwhelmed by the amount of stuff there is to do. There's so much going on in the shops, there's many different money makers that never used to be there. The world has evolved, there's multiple locations that didn't exist when I'd last played. You can see here, this has become the moneymaker of choice for me, at least anyway. I always thought that Neopets was a kid's game, but it turns out it's got actual genuine poker in it where you gamble your Neo points and try and take them away from other players. I'm playing a bunch of NPCs because this was my trial game that I'm showing, or my tutorial game that I'm showing you here. But yeah, you can get in there, take other people's money, buy your own stuff, and that sounds like a game that is just right for me. So let's talk about the rise, the fall, and the unexpected comeback of Neopets as a game as well, and a website. It's no secret that Neopets saw a massive drop in players after its early 2000s heyday. It had outdated technology, there was a lack of updates, and changing internet trends nearly spelled its end. But in the last 2 years, a new team has breathed life back into the site. They're fixing bugs, revamping the games, listening to what the community has to say, which is always important in an MMO. We are now in what is essentially the Neopet Renaissance. The player base has tripled, it's drawing in lapped fans from previous generations, and it's introducing it to a new generation as well. It's a comeback story that very few saw coming. So, the question that we're here to answer, does Neopets hold up in 2025? I would say absolutely, and here's why. It's more than just nostalgia, it's a living, evolving world that continues to bring people together. It's got a revitalized community, fresh content, and that unmistakable Neopian charm. The game proves that some classics never go out of style, and if you haven't visited your pets in a while, now's the perfect time to dust off your old account. Or even start off a new adventure. Neopia is waiting, and trust me, it's still got plenty of surprises in store. If you liked this video and want to see more like this from us about various other games throughout internet history, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and turn that notification bell on, and I will see you in the next one.